my sweeties, and here we are again. Another episode of Late Night with Quiche Lorraine. And tonight, I have Salem, LeStrange.
That's me. Hello.
Hello. Let's start with where you got your name.
I've always been very intrigued with the witch trials, so Salem was a go-to. I love the witchiness, so I went for that. And then also, as far as the last name, everyone always thinks I get it from Harry Potter. I'm not a Harry Potter fan because Bellatrix Lestrange.
That never clicked.
That is the first thing everyone says, like Harry Potter. I was like, no, actually, the alliteration just sounded nice to me. So I was like, yeah, I just figured that would work. I'm strange. It sounds cool.
You just like the way it flowed.
It just went right off the tongue.
Tell me how you got your start in drag.
My very first roommate I ever had used to do open stages in Nashville, and they were a biological female, and I was like, oh, that's so cool that you do drag. Like, what do you look like? And they're like, oh, I look like this. And they just looked extra flamboyant and feminine. And I was like, well, wait a minute. You're a girl. You can't do drag. And she was like, yeah, you totally can. And the whole world was opened up for me. They brought me one night to watch. I was enthralled. I did theater, cheerleading, chorus, dance, all of that in high school. So once I got out of high school, that really wasn't an option anymore because I went to an art college. So they don't really have any of those kind of performative arts there. You're just drawing, which is fine. But once I realized there was another avenue for me to pursue that, as well as embracing my queerness, it was like, oh, this is cool. So I did my first open stage, publicly embarrassed myself, and it's only gone downhill from there.
I hear that from everyone. But my first open stage was phenomenal. I do not know how to phrase these things.
It's okay.
In your real life,
yes,
you are a woman.
I am.
On stage,
correct.
You are a woman.
Yes.
Is there a term for that?
Yes, there are a lot of different terms. The more kind of umbrella term a lot of people use is that I am an AFAB queen, AFAB meaning assigned female at birth. There have been terms throughout the years to describe what I do: bio queen, hyper queen, cis queen, femme queen. There's so many. At this point, I think a lot of us are just call us a drag queen and pay us and respect us the same because we're doing the same stuff. I honestly think it's a little bit harder for us because so many cis men that do drag, they don't have to worry about these things falling out. And we do. Keep these puppies strapped in there. It's hard.
Only women who show their shoulders, tramps.
You just got lucky that mine are out for today. It's not free for everyone.
You do not look trampy in my book.
I'm a high-class whore, so I'm
when
told.
You do, I will let you know.
Please do.
In the pre-interview, this is so silly. When you told me, what is it? AFAB?
AFAB, yeah.
I totally read that wrong. Like the TV show?
Yes.
AbFab?
Yes.
Absolutely fabulous. And I thought that's where the name of that came from.
Oh my gosh.
You know what I'm talking about? The British TV show?
Yeah.
I'm
dyslexic, so I probably read half of the things going on wrong. And I'm just sure.
Because in the TV show, Patsy was always being confused as being a drag queen. And so I thought the drag community took that show and created a genre based on Patsy.
Well, if that was the case, they're really slacking on Will and Grace.
Oh, yeah. Karen was always being called a drag queen.
Absolutely.
And she would go with it.
Sure do.
Tell me about problems.
Which ones?
being a woman, playing a woman, has that given you difficulties?
Surprisingly, yes.
The norm.
It has. I think there's a lot of blanketed conversation of, oh, you're so pretty. Oh my gosh, you're so great. There's a lot of people that don't know drag that'll be like, there's no way you're a dude. Your chest plate's so nice. I'm like, thank you. It was very expensive. Your tuck is so tight. Thank you. It's the tightest in Nashville. You've got stuff like that. But then within the community itself, There is unfortunately still a lot of prejudice towards AFAB entertainers in general, be it someone like me that is a woman that does woman drag, be you a drag king that is either like a lesbian that does male impersonation, or you are a trans male doing male impersonation. There is a lot of that, and there is still a bunch of like unspoken attitude that comes with that, be it unequal pay, fetishization. I think most people watching this know that I am engaged to a trans male that is a drag king, and like being me, we experience a lot of the same problems being AFAB individuals, but we experience them on such different parts of the spectrum as well. Whereas there is a lot of where I get like, oh, well, it's easy for you. You're being lazy because you already have boobs and you already have feminine feet. You don't have to do as much. And, you know, being excluded from things, whereas kings are also excluded from things. But I watch my trans partner go through fetishization from people. He questions sometimes if his bookings are coming from his talent, which is most certainly there, or am I just someone that this person wants to sleep with? Is that an end goal? And it's unfortunate. And I think that there are people that are very loud about these problems, and socially and publicly people like to acknowledge like, oh, we know this is a problem and we should fix it. But there's really not a lot of people within those positions of power doing what they can do to fix it. So we just keep screaming from the rooftops about it, no matter how bitchy or like awful we look about it. We won't shut up. I won't shut up.
You came from Nashville today.
I did.
You originally were in Knoxville?
Born and raised here. I went to elementary and middle school here. I moved.
Which one?
I went to Christenberry Elementary, and then I went to Vine Middle Magnet School of Performing Arts and Sciences. Mm-hmm. So, yeah, that's where I got all the fun stuff about performing. And then you go to college for art, and they're like, sorry, only pencil and paper here. So.
In Nashville, are you well known? Are you well received? Are you popular?
I definitely think people know who I am. I got my start there. I am a bigger name as I have been there for 9 years. Well known for sure. I am very thankful, though, to have been able to spread my wings outside of just Nashville and be able to go countrywide and make a bit of a name for myself.
What's the farthest way you've traveled for a show?
Oklahoma City.
Whoa.
Either Oklahoma City. Actually, no, I don't think it would be Oklahoma City. That's a 10-hour drive from where we live. It would be Austin, Texas. Austin, Texas is about a 16-hour drive from us, so we've gone to Austin.
Was the pay good at least?
So the first time we went, it was an unpaid opportunity. There is an amazing festival that happens every year that's an international festival that takes place in Austin. Yeah.
I know about that, yeah.
Local girl Fatty Acid was there last year and was either featured or headlined. I forgot which one, but we hung out the whole time. So when you're selected to be there, you get a discount on like your stay, but you still essentially pay to go. My partner's family lives down there, so we stayed with them, got to celebrate out there. But it's such an amazing networking opportunity. Even though you end up putting in the money to go, that's what's been able to afford us the opportunities of performing nationwide, because people are coming from everywhere. Like, we got interviewed by people from Tel Aviv in Israel, and we made friends in Lima, Peru that came. That's how we've gotten these bookings in Oklahoma, Indiana, Kentucky, Washington, D.C., lots of places and lots of connections that have been really amazing, and just a ton of friends that we've made along the way too.
All right, stop talking and go
Yes,
perform.
I will. Absolutely. Thank you for having me.
Amazing performance.
Thank you.
And I am remiss. I apologize to the audience and apologize to you. I did not offer you a potato.
How did you know? That is my favorite.
Let's load up on our hydrocarbates.
Oh, man. Delicious. Do you happen to have any cheese or bacon for this? Because that's really...
Go ahead. It makes a lovely gritty film on the inside of your teeth.
I don't know. I just got a filling done. I don't know if I can trust my teeth. I want to see Jupiter try to eat these.
Give it a good lick.
Oh, I can do that. All right. Is this my
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And I did not wash those beforehand.
Oh, I'd hope not. That takes away all the flavor.
A little dirt never killed anyone.
It's good for you. Definitely. Yep.
What is the most valuable lesson you have learned from drag?
Oh, this is kind of a hard one. I think the most valuable lesson in drag that I have learned has actually been a bit of intertwining of both, because when I started drag, I've always put this pressure on myself as Salem to be perfect. Do it, like I said before, talked about being, we're human. And I just like put Salem on this pedestal of, she has to be perfect. She has to be this. She's so confident. Why can't I be like that outside of this in my real life? And it's taken a lot of like personal conditioning from people that love me and self-realization that without Brooklyn, you know, Salem wouldn't exist. Salem wouldn't appear confident and sexy and powerful and confident if Brooklyn didn't exist, if Brooklyn didn't make it happen. It's been a lot of learning to love my body as it is without feeling like, no shame to anyone that pads or does anything to like wear shapewear for their body. But like for me personally, there was a lot of discrimination that came from like, you have to do that if you want to be a drag queen. I'm a girl. Like I have this.
I know you have noticed the new kids. Mm-hmm. No pads, no bras. Have you noticed that? There's a lot of...
On and off, but...
I've noticed that a lot. Like, maybe it's more here.
Maybe.
I do see it a lot.
But, you know, it's... As a woman that does drag, as a woman, we're shaped in so many different ways. You know, you're shaped this way. Some people have broader shoulders. Some people may not have, like, wide hips. Some people may not have a small waist. That doesn't make you any less of a woman. So, like, be what makes you comfortable. Like, you're not doing drag right if you aren't perfectly boobs to your neck, hips blocking the doorway, ass out a foot from your body, waist cinched in super tight. Like, do what makes you happy and what makes you comfortable, but there's no wrong way to be a woman. And I think drag put that bad idea in my mind. And at the same time, through discovering more of Brooklyn through Salem and merging the two, I became a lot more comfortable with myself as a woman.
Oh, well. I like that answer.
Thank you.
I don't know what to say after it except I like that answer.
Thank you. Not at all practiced by any means. Pulled that one right out of my hat.
Time for hate mail.
This is my favorite. I normally do this in the comfort of my own home.
Grab 3. We'll
I've got
see what
3.
they say.
I'm ready. Okay. At RodGozinia9947 said, gross. Correct. That's really sad that that's all you came up with at the power of a computer. I insult myself worse. All right. At Galaxy Glitter Latte 4664 said, I do not understand this ridiculousness with 3 exclamation points. Neither do I. And yet I still keep doing this for 9 years worth of my life. And then we have, oh, Jesus Christ. What kind of a username? Should we really be commenting hate mail if we can't even spell our own name?
Well, I was going to ask, did they spell ridiculousness correct?
Oh, yes, they did have spell check on for that.
Oh, I was disappointed. Can you not? Let me.
It's Captain Jack Frost and Deck Pa. And Frost is spelled weird. You know what? Maybe instead of focusing on this YouTube channel, you should focus on your identity crisis. I get dragged, but that dude looks like a clown that hooks on the street corner. How did they know I was going to be here? That's crazy.
Maybe meant me.
Oh my, I don't know. I'm usually the one that gets mistaken for the hooker. And it's not the street corner. It's outside of the deli at Walmart. Get it right. What is that?
Chosen from my home.
Oh my goodness.
Gifts.
Gifts.
For
I feel
my
so
guests.
bad. Oh my gosh, I didn't even bring
Gifts.
I brought you this like 2-timed lick potato.
I'll probably still take it home and eat it.
Beautiful. It's very enriching
From
and
my
nourishments.
collection of Hollywood memorabilia.
Oh my gosh, you shouldn't have. I'm so excited. I'm just over here like, okay, on Christmas, my mom would wrap my presents in saltine boxes, and I would get so excited waking up thinking she bought me crackers. So I'm just looking at this like, what a pretty box, thank you.
You cannot keep the box.
I love the box, thank you so much. Ooh, to carry the hate mail in, and it matches my outfit.
That was gifted to me by Jacqueline Kennedy Onassis.
Oh my goodness.
In her will. Even after death, Jackie was a cheapskate.
You know, I have an Onassis I'm very good friends with as well. She's not a cheapskate, but
You can put you a dime in there if you need to make a phone call.
I could. This is big enough for me to carry all the fucks I give. I love that. Thank you so much. I love it. I will cherish it always.
Did you have a good time?
I had the best time, Quiche.
Oh, excellent. One more thing I meant to ask you.
Okay.
Give us a word of wisdom to the children drag entertainers out there.
A word of wisdom. Listen to every single critique that you are given, but just because you're given that critique doesn't mean that you have to follow it if it doesn't align with who you are as an entertainer.
Excellent. Thank you for viewing, my babies. We will see you next episode. Bye-bye.